All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. The Vikings have been doing their due diligence on a lot of draft prospects. We got a list here we're going to go over. Before we do that, get your butts over to the store, grab yourself a brew pub. Lupagus got the bacon cheeseburger again. Ton of flavors. They're fantastic, made right here in Minnesota. If you have any other frozen pizza in your freezer, you're not doing it right. Get yourself
Shame
a
on
brew
you.
pub. Get yourself
Shame
a
on
brew
you.
pub.
Stick your head
Do it
in that
right
freezer.
now, and also hit that sub button. Let's go, man. Let's get into this list. This is courtesy of our dear pal Walt over at Walter Football. He keeps tabs on everybody that's meeting with.
Yeah, and before we jump into this list, let's just talk about the history of the top 30 visits, especially under Kwesi, because there's a good chance not just one or two of these players, but a handful of these players could be Vikings. Let's go back to 2022. They drafted Asezi Atamueo. He came in the top 30, actually was a draft pick.
Great.
Undrafted guys that year, Kalen Barnes, Zach McCloud. They didn't really hit on anybody that time. 2023, they drafted Jordan Addison, Mekhi Blackman, Dwayne McBride, Henry Bird, Colby Sorsdal, Kelvin Avery were the ones who were undrafted free agents. And then last year, Dallas Turner came for a visit, drafted first round, and undrafted guys Taki Taimani, Gabe Murphy, and Spencer Rowland. So that last year, that was three quality Vikings.
Looks like I'm wearing lipstick.
You are.
I think I might be. Yeah, so, I mean, Kwesi, like you said, put a lot into this list over here. And, you know, this might not be the sexiest list. We're going to go through these guys real quick. As you can see, they met with them separately at the Pro Day. T30, obviously top 30, and then they met with a ton of people at the Combine, which I don't think we really know who they are. But we got. I mean, there's one first rounder on here, and the rest are pretty much undrafted guys.
Yeah, they really are. Rashard Smith, I'm sure will get drafted, and maybe a couple of those receivers. But yeah, I mean, it looks like a lot of undrafted free agent types that they're looking at here and bringing into the top 30 visit.
Well, let's go through these guys. Tyler Batty, defensive edge from BYU. Dude is old. BYU, everybody comes out of BYU is usually like 50 years old. 16 and a half career sacks projected. So I looked up Matt Miller, ESPN. He did a 7-rounder. That's what I'm basing this off of as far as if he had them going in his 7-rounder. Tyler Batty was not drafted. He was undrafted. If you want to jump in on any of these guys, let me know. But I quickly did a little digging.
Yeah, I looked at a few of these guys. I had not looked at Batty yet. Jacob Bayer, I have seen him. He's pretty stout. Is he right? Is he like not very athletic but strong?
Yeah, they basically said he's going to be a decent depth piece. Could start in a pinch. Miller had him going right at the end of round 7. Corey Black, cornerback from Oklahoma State. He's a Blazer, around a 4.35, outside corner, ton of experience. Completion percentage against him was 53%. Undrafted in Miller's mock. Caleb Etienne, who we talked about.
Huge man.
Still undrafted. Still projected to be undrafted. Elite size, elite strength. Needs a lot of buffering. Ty Felton was drafted in Miller's mock draft, end of round 7, 6'1". Again, a fast dude. 4.37, 96 receptions in 2024.
I did watch him last night. He's kind of got a weird build. He doesn't really have a neck. He's like a thick upper body, kind of weird, almost looks like a running back at wide receiver. But you see the run after catch ability, breaking tackles. He's tough. So I actually kind of like Ty Felton. Don't love him, but I liked him.
Well, yeah, I mean, end of round 7. I mean, you're getting what you're getting. Good size, good speed. Derek Harmon, the name we all know. We all know about him. Jordan James. Miller had him going in round 4. And I got to be honest, I don't know jack shit about James until I looked into him a little bit.
I did read up on him, and the review wasn't very good. Basically said he's average at best, doesn't really have anything special. But you do see him going like in these mid-rounds, so I don't know what's going on there. I'm not super intrigued by him, to be honest with you.
Well, it's just a weird fit because they compared him to Dameon Pierce and the fact that he's just a tough runner. Like, he's not sexy. He's not like he's just a guy that is just going to get you tough yards. And isn't that what we have in Jordan Mason?
The Warhammer?
The Warhammer, I mean, we already got a guy like as a number 3 running back. He doesn't really fit the bill. 5'9", 205, tough runner, ton of yards in college, 15 touchdowns last year. But I hope Jordan James has a great career. I don't want to draft him, especially in round 4, 5.
I wasn't super interested either.
And keep an eye on these positions. I mean, they're mostly positions of need. Nash Jones, offensive guard out of Texas State. 6'5", 320, undrafted projection. Solid in the run, needs work in pass pro. Easton Kilty. First time I saw it, I thought it said Easton Kitty, and I got very excited. It's Kilty. Offensive tackle. Vikings need probably more depth at tackle.
They do. Dorian Singer next, wide receiver, Utah. I think he also was at USC before that. Is that correct? That's where I was watching him.
I'm not sure, but I do got to mention on Kilty, he has played everywhere on the offensive line during his college career. But Singer, I pulled a quote from somebody. It said, Singer's an experienced receiver who has great ball skills, strong hands, and has consistently shown the ability to make the contested catch. That guy sounds like a first rounder.
He's been Arizona, USC, and then Utah. He's been at 3 different schools in his collegiate career. He's catching balls from Caleb Williams. More traditional wide receiver look than Ty Felton. Got the longer limbs, a little lankier. He's fine. Definitely worth a flyer.
6 foot, $180. And the last one, Brashard Smith. Matt Miller going around 7. I couldn't believe that. He's all over the place.
Yeah, he seems more like a mid-round guy to me. Maybe even, sneak in the late day 2. Former wide receiver, converted running back. Got the explosive ability to him. Great vision, too. He would be a nice third down back compared to, complementing what we have in Mason and Aaron Jones.
Yeah, I'd take him over Jordan James. But you can see top 30. They'll be adding more to that list. A wide variety of positions and players, but really, I think they're doing their digging for the undrafted portion of the weekend.
And we kind of laughed about everybody on here being undrafted, but let's not forget, that's where Kwesi shines. He finds these gems. He finds these guys. Maybe it's because he invites them all in for these top 30 visits, really gets a feel for who they are and how they fit the Vikings scheme. So he has been better when the draft's over than he has been during the draft in his career so far. So maybe this is why.
Love it. Let us know in the comments if you're feeling any of these guys or if there's somebody you really want to be added to the list. And like Lupagus is holding up, be sure to get your butts over there. Grab yourself a brew pub pizza for the evening. Nice romantic evening with a brew pub.
Remember this, a typical garden snail has 14,000 teeth. I'll have to chomp on this brew pub pizza.